time again to do a Fear the Walking Dead review. Man, I tell you what, whenever I'm fucking watching this show, I'm just dragging, man. I'm just waiting for it to end, bro. I swear, man. I don't know what it is about Fear. The the way they write the characters, the story that they're telling. I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint what the problem with it is and why it feels so different and just not good, just strange, but it does. And yeah, um, this episode I'm about 50-50 on it because I think the hook that it has, spoilers for Alicia getting bitten. Um, it's 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 uh, it's a good twist. It could be if they weren't handling it the way that they are. I mean, we're gonna have to see it come to fruition, and if she actually is dying from the bite, to see whether it is like all that problematic. Um, but yeah, it's just the way that they tell the story, I think, and the characters is the strange, is just what doesn't hit about it. I can't pinpoint it, but anyway, we'll go through my notes, and then um, yeah, we'll go from there. So um, the start, my first note I have, Alicia's hitting the metal door with the axe. I'm expecting something, I don't know, to happen. But to be fair, Daryl did do this in The Walking Dead season 1. I remember at the CDC, he was hitting the metal CDC door with an axe. But Daryl's like was a dumb redneck back then. And Alicia, I think she should have more sense than this. But okay. Let's see. Um, So Mickey, the character that I really liked in the Dwight and Sherry episode, played by Aisha Tyler, is gone. You know, just like all these whatever guest starring characters on Fear are usually just gone because of the senator chatter. I'm not sure what the fuck that means. It was just their way of saying that they were only going to have her around for one episode, because we got characters that have been around for seasons, like Luciana, that don't get any fucking spotlight. So we definitely don't have room for a new guest star. I guess okay. Um, it's just a really contrived, strange plot line. They're trying to get the zombie there because Alicia thinks they have Echo's memories for some fucking reason. I mean, on one hand, I kind of liked it because it clicked back with Morgan to season 1 when his wife's turning the door handle. And they could have kind of brought that back, but of course back then that was just a different showrunner that had a different vision for what the zombies were gonna do versus the showrunners that we get later on. So yeah, she's preserving this walker. She gets bit by the walker because she doesn't put something in its mouth to keep it from biting. They're just fucking leading it around. There's lots of just shit in this one that's just not that good. Yeah, it's just such a strange way to get the plot moving. Like, things don't make sense, or they do, but it doesn't really make sense. But it's just the way to get the plot moving and people doing stuff. Uh, it just, it's just. Anyway, Morgan makes a reference back to the original show, I guess, talking about he's seen people get sick from the walker guts. I think Father Gabriel got sick from them or something. So that was something there. Alicia gives fucking I forget his name. He gives her boyfriend, gives him a necklace to protect him from the zombies. That's like something you tell a little kid, like, hey, wear these sunglasses and you'll be invisible, or some shit like that, I did like the imagery though from Morgan and Alicia's like shootout scene with Strandsmen, where they're in the rubble. I did like the look of that, the bomb, where the bomb had went off and blew up the rubble, I guess. And then at the waterfront on the cliff, some cool scenery there, I guess. I don't know how they managed to get the walker out of the water when it jumped in. I mean, this is so strange, right? I mean, Alicia, like, she's crazy. She's following this walker to because it's gonna lead her to Padre. How do you know that this walker wouldn't just lead them to fucking like McDonald's or something? Because it used to eat at McDonald's. You know what I mean? As if there's even a McDonald's in sight. They're in the most barren, like, wasteland part of the world. Anyway, um, I like when Morgan finally takes charge and puts the walker on the ground and is like, "I'm gonna kill it, Alicia. Tell me what the fuck's going on." As if he shouldn't have just done that to begin with. I mean, I guess him and Alicia, they do have kind of a good relationship, you know, father-daughter type thing. Um, Alicia and Strand and Morgan, I feel like their dynamic is like parents going through a divorce and which one gets Alicia. Like Strand cheated on Morgan, and now they're trying to decide, you know, who goes who in the divorce. Like Alicia is mad because he cheated on Morgan. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like that. Um, so the Alicia bite thing, it would have worked, her getting bit in the tunnel, although it was so stupid to go down there with a walker anyway. And also, what was causing the tunnel just to fucking collapse out of nowhere? The sewer pipe to collapse conveniently in these convenient sectioned out places. Yeah, okay. But anyway, she gets bit, and it would have been nice just to do it where she gets bit, and then you see her get bit later on, or you know, in the first scene with Strand when she goes in between Morgan and the Walker, the senator, and then you think, oh, she got bit, whatever, but then she reveals she was already bit there, and it was just a fake hand all along, not this whole she's half infected, because that's she would have been sick for weeks if they do that, where she actually is infected with the virus, which I think they are because they've said she's taken antibiotics, you know, everything, nothing's worked, unless June sees her and is like, oh, it's this. Because, yeah, that arm, that stump, that was nasty. It was like, so maybe it's an infection from the stump. But again, she's taking antibiotics, so it does look like they're making it the bite that is making her so sick. But you cannot, there has never been a case in The Walking Dead, I don't believe, where the bite has kept them sick for 2 weeks, where they're just conveniently dragging it out so she can do the things that she needs to do before she dies. It's just so, it's just no, just strange. And I wish Morgan would have been like, you know, the bite would have killed you by now. It can't be the bite unless she's just half infected. It's a new lore that's introduced in this episode. Fear the Walking Dead World Beyond just introduced some new lore, and it worked for me with The Walking Dead. But this type of lore just feels so fucking contrived just to fit the way they want to do the story. Yeah. Okay. And Alicia's cast, what? Her stump, I mean, it was gory and, like, fucked with my mind looking at it. And it's rare that The Walking Dead does something like that. So did the amputation scene anymore. But she took her bones, her hand, stripped the flesh off of it, and just has her skeleton bones as the thing. I mean, I guess I can get you want to do that because you don't want to leave part of yourself behind. I don't know what I would do if I, like, God forbid, lost a hand, if I would just want to keep it or what, you know? Throw it away, burn it, what do you do with it? But yeah, it's just strange. But I guess it was fine for, like, a shock factor. Let's see. Alicia is saying, don't let me hurt anyone down in this tunnel, kill me. Even though she's trapped in there, how are you going to hurt anybody down there? And then she's mad at him, at her boyfriend. I alluded to whenever we first saw this character in the premiere, I thought that they had, like, a lot more of a romantic relationship than what they actually had. You know, it was very brief, but okay. I did like, his name's Will, I believe. I did like with Will how he was new to everything, right? Because he had been in the bunker since the start, and how he kind of reacted to the zombies, you know, and had questions about them, you know, that took us back to the earlier seasons of Walking Dead. I did like that because it's something rare that we probably won't really see that often. But yeah, I did like that about Will. But yeah, I thought they had more of a relationship than what they actually had. And yeah, Alicia gets mad because she had a fever and he didn't kill her. But, you know, he saved her, and she's kind of being bitchy about that, or just strange. Like, you should have killed me. I could have killed everybody in here. Bro, I think they can handle one zombie. Like, come on. I I guess the dialogue is a little better. I feel like I'm being so negative, but the plot lines just feel so contrived. They just do. Yeah, Alicia half infected. I don't know. She's been sick for weeks. I already said that. I've already been over that. Everybody, Alicia's trying to build a new world. Morgan's trying to build a new world. Strand's trying to build a new world. Everybody's trying to build a fucking new world. In this show, it's a little bit redundant at this point. Will leaves Alicia for a super dumb reason because he was going to make her weak because he reminded her of a time a world that doesn't exist anymore because he was new to everything and she needs to be focusing on the new world. What the fuck? Yeah, stupid reason to have Will leave. I wish they had that set up better for the reason why he's where he is at the season premiere and Alicia isn't. I do like at least the bunker. They kind of explain where they get all the gear from the bunker, the different groups. But yeah, it gets super confusing because Alicia's wearing the same armor. Her group's wearing the same clothes that a different group was wearing. Maybe I just don't follow along things that well, but still, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be this whatever. And Strand, I believe in the premiere, he didn't want Alicia in the tower, and that's why he killed Will to keep her out, because he knew whenever she saw Will, which she did, that she wasn't going to want anything to do with the tower. And now Strand is upset because she saw Will and his plan worked. I'm not sure where Strand's character changed. I know it changed briefly with Morgan in the elevator shaft, but then it went back to how it was. So yeah, Strand got exactly what he wanted, and he didn't want it. And then the last line, they're going to war, straight ripped from Negan from The Walking Dead, although that's not like a very unique phrase. But it was a little bit cringy, I think. We're going to war. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So I think that's about what I got. Yeah, kind of cringy line there at the end. This isn't season 5, I think, fear level of bad. It's gotten very comfortable in a certain style Fear the Walking Dead has. That's just the most okay TV. Even whenever it does do some crazy things or whatever, it's still just it's just the weakest of the spinoffs for me. Something about it just doesn't vibe. Doesn't mesh. I don't really feel attached to the characters. Like I said, except for maybe Morgan and Dwight. I want to see them back on Walking Dead, of course, and get out of this and share it. Yeah. There's a line from Morgan too. He said again, I think he said, "I'm not trying to make the world like I used to anymore." And how many times have we heard Morgan say he's going to go back to being badass Morgan, and then he doesn't in Fear? So yeah, overall, just not very happy with this episode. Not really looking forward to the next half. I mean, the whole going to war thing. I mean, they've been at war this whole fucking time, haven't they? I mean, pretty much. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.